Civic space in Afghanistan, a country which witnessed a record-breaking 3,800 civilian deaths in 2018, has been singled out as repressive. The overall state of insecurity in the country, where civilians face continuous attacks by state and non-state actors, which include terrorist groups and extremists organizations such as the Taliban, makes public gatherings that much more difficult. Afghanistan has also been ranked as the world's deadliest country for journalists in 2018, and in 2019 alone, at least 3 journalists have already been killed. Currently, a series of parallel peace talks between the US and the Taliban are taking place in Doha and Moscow, and while agreements between the warring parties bring a possibility of an end to the 17-year-long conflict, observers fear that without any guarantees on the respect of constitutional rights in place, the Taliban, infamous for curtailing fundamental freedoms of women in particular, will come back into power. So far, the peace talks have excluded civil society groups. President Ashraf Ghani did in fact schedule a consultative Loya on peace, a traditional assembly of Afghans, for April 29 as a platform that will allow 2,000 participants, out of which 30% are said to be women, to express their opinion on the peace process in the wake of the current widespread anti-government protests, which have been met with excessive force and systematic repression in Sudan. The Civic monitor has rated Sudanese civic space to be closed. The protests began in the north of Sudan in December and soon spread nationwide. They were provoked by widespread corruption and the indignant economic and social state of the country, and their key demand is that President Omar al-Bashir, in power for over 3 decades, steps down. On February 22, the Sudanese government responded by announcing a year-long state of emergency, later shortened by parliament to 6 months, giving the state extra powers to detain protesters and clamp down on public gatherings. Some measures have included prison sentences for activists of up to 10 years and the prohibition of assemblies. The state of emergency also placed great powers in the hands of armed forces, using live ammunition, tear gas and rubber bullets to disperse protesters, even attacking hospitals where injured people are being treated. At least 40 people have been killed as a result of the government downs thus far. Only a day before the announcement of al-Bashir's potentially temporary resignation on March 1, over 870 people were arrested according to local group the Democratic Lawyers Alliance. While the date of the party conference has not even been scheduled yet, Venezuela was a likely addition.